Here are your top 3 political headlines of the week. The first one, the Bluegrass poll. This is a poll out of Kentucky. This is an interesting one. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, the second most powerful or the most powerful Republican in Washington at this point. He's running for re-election. Ought to be a cakewalk for somebody of his stature. But he's got a serious race against Allison Lundergan Grimes, a Democrat. The new Bluegrass poll came out in Kentucky this week, and it showed that Grimes was ahead by 2 points. Now, this is a change. All the previous polls she's been behind by 3, 4, 5 points. It was a close race, we assumed. We didn't think she was going to be actually in the lead. We don't know what this means. Does it mean that McConnell's actually going to lose? Whatever it means, it's going to be a close race, and Democrats are really excited. They think this is their chance to unseat the Republican leader in the Senate and possibly keep the Senate in Democratic hands next year. Second headline caught our attention this week, the cliffhanger. This is the one that worries every political reporter in Washington. Races in places like Alaska, where it looks very, very close, too close to call. They may be counting for a while. Remember, Alaska's a big state. It takes a while for the ballots to come in. In 2008, this race took 2 weeks to count. Think about Louisiana. This is Mary Landrieu, the Democrat, Bill Cassidy, the Republican, and a third Republican named Rob Maness. If nobody takes 50%, it automatically goes to a runoff. That runoff in Louisiana is scheduled for December 6th. That could determine who controls the Senate. Think also about Georgia. There's 3 candidates in that race as well. That's another race that if no one gets 50%, they go to a runoff that's scheduled for January. We could be waiting till January till we know whether Republicans or Democrats control the Senate next year. That's going to keep us all up late at night on election night. And then our third headline of the week, a fun one. This one is about traffic. An insurance group out in Utah did a study and concluded that there are more fatal traffic accidents in Republican states than in Democratic states. Well, why would this be? Is this because the Republicans are all having an aneurysm and they're listening to one of the right-wing talk radio shows and they slam on the brakes? No. It's because the Republican states tend to be places like Wyoming, Nebraska, North Dakota, big empty states where people drive fast and a lot of people drive through. And they're very unpopulated, so the per capita rate of traffic death is much higher than someplace like New Jersey, a traditionally Democratic state. So yes, it is true, you are more likely to die in a traffic accident in Wyoming than you are in New Jersey, but it has nothing to do with the politics of those states. Nevertheless, love the correlation, great little story. For these and the other latest political headlines, go to usatoday.com. You'll be tracking us all through the election.